ultimate betrayal? Former Barcelona Academy star Marc Cucurella signs with Real Madrid. Chelsea left-back ditches Stamford Bridge for Real Madrid mega move next season. Bombshell. The day before Spain's World Cup debut, one of its members puts on the Real Madrid shirt. As Fabrizio Romano has revealed, Marc Cucurella will sign for the Whites and join José Mourinho's project. The Athletic journalist David Ornstein states that Madrid will pay €55 million plus 5 in add-ons for the former Barca player. Chelsea's left back, who will start for Spain at the World Cup, was being tracked by more than half of Europe in a battle that, in the end, Real Madrid have won ahead of clubs such as Barcelona or Atletico de Madrid in a similar agreement to Bernardo Silva's. Barca and Atleti had been after the 3 inches for weeks, but the interest from the white side has blown everything up. Cucurella will arrive to a position where Carreras, signed last summer from Benfica, Fran Garcia and Ferland Mendy are already there. An overcrowding that the club will have to resolve in the coming days, once it finalizes the signing of the Chelsea fullback. The signing of Cucurella joins those of Konate, Dumfries, and Bernardo Silva, with none of the 4 being official yet, as the first additions to José Mourinho's team. The Portuguese coach's second project at the helm of the Santiago Bernabéu dugout comes with a facelift for the squad, and we have not even gone through half of June yet. Real Madrid and Chelsea are already finalizing an agreement on the figures, which should be closed after the World Cup. With this move, the club secures the arrival of the fullback even before his valuation can rise if he has a good tournament. Chelsea midfielder approves Marc Cucurella's imminent move to Real Madrid. Real Madrid's transfer activity has shown no signs of slowing down this summer under Florentino Perez. Following the appointment of José Mourinho as head coach, the Merengues have continued to be linked with several high-profile names as they look to build a squad suited to the Portuguese manager's style. Ibrahima Konate, Denzel Dumfries, and Bernardo Silva have already been signed, although none of those moves have been officially announced. The latest name generating attention is Marc Cucurella, who has emerged as a potential reinforcement at left back. The Chelsea defender, currently away with Spain at the World Cup, is said to have reached an agreement with Real Madrid. Enzo Fernández approves. While a deal has not yet been finalized, Fabrizio Romano has already given the here we go seal of approval to the operation. One reaction that has caught the attention of fans came from Chelsea midfielder Enzo Fernández. The Argentine international, who is also participating in the World Cup, liked an Instagram post from transfer journalist Fabrizio Romano discussing Cucurella's reported agreement with Real Madrid. The interaction has fueled further discussion online, particularly given the close relationship between the 2 players at Chelsea. Enzo and Cucurella have shared the pitch regularly in recent seasons and have developed a strong understanding on the field. Interestingly, Fernandez himself has been linked with a move to Real Madrid, although those rumors have yet to progress beyond speculation. While a social media like does not necessarily reveal any inside knowledge, many supporters have interpreted Enzo's reaction as a sign of approval regarding Cucurella's potential switch to the Santiago Bernabéu. For now, however, the move remains unofficial, with Real Madrid yet to confirm any agreement with either the player or Chelsea. Cucurella, a necessary reinforcement. Real Madrid may have 3 left-backs already in the squad in Alvaro Carreras, Fran Garcia, and Ferland Mendy, but the situation is far from ideal. Carreras' performance dipped drastically in the second half of the season, while Garcia is expected to be on his way out. Meanwhile, Mendy has once again been sidelined with another serious injury and will miss a number of months of the new season. Therefore, bringing in a player like Cucurella to provide depth and quality in the position makes sense for Real Madrid. Chelsea superstar back on Real Madrid radar as Mourinho studies midfield options. José Mourinho seems to have arrived at Real Madrid like a man on a mission, given the number of moves he appears to be lining up to revamp the squad. Even before the Portuguese manager's appointment was official, Los Blancos moved to secure the signings of Denzel Dumfries and Ibrahima Konate as free agents. There is no doubt that the charismatic manager would have been consulted before Florentino Perez wrapped up those deals. One of Mourinho's first acts since coming in seems to be hijacking Bernardo Silva from under Barcelona and Atletico Madrid's noses, with the Portuguese midfielder now expected to wear white next season. Now, according to Mundo Deportivo, Real Madrid are studying midfield options, and this has brought Chelsea midfield orchestrator Enzo Fernández back onto the club's radar. The Chelsea midfielder has previously been linked with a move to the Spanish capital and even openly flirted with the idea, earning himself a 2-match suspension at Stamford Bridge. However, talks surrounding the move slowly died down. That situation has now changed with Mourinho's return, with the Portuguese manager keeping him as one of the names under consideration. Mourinho weighing midfield options. Real Madrid's first preference would be to sign West Ham United midfielder Matheus Fernandez, but Manchester United are also in the mix for his signature. But Enzo would offer Real Madrid a very different kind of solution. The Argentine brings tempo, passing range, and experience at the highest level. The Merengues have missed a player like Toni Kroos ever since the German maestro retired, and Enzo is as close as it gets to a midfield controller like him. At 25, he is also entering an important phase in his career, and Los Blancos would be spending money on a player whose prime years still lie ahead of him. Chelsea's price makes the deal difficult. The biggest obstacle is obvious: money. Chelsea are said to value Enzo at around 140 million euros and have him under contract until 2032. That gives the English club total control over the situation. There is also competition, with Manchester City manager and former Chelsea coach Enzo Maresca said to want him at the Etihad as part of his new project. Enzo is talented enough to interest any elite club, but Real Madrid will have to decide whether he is worth such a huge investment. The Argentine also has the physical prowess to go with his impressive technical ability, and it is very unlikely that this transfer would not work out should it go through. It looks like Mourinho is keen on signing a specific kind of midfielder this summer, and it remains to be seen whether Real Madrid make a concerted effort to sign Enzo Fernández.